Hey guys, this is Arm Productions, aka and I'm 4613, and I'm back in Heartbaked Part 7. And we're in the middle of a food fight. I think this is the right choice, to be honest. I need to reload quick. I snatched up the tube of salt, ripping it open and spilling most of myself on the floor. That was when I noticed the sound of laughter ringing in the kitchen. I looked over at Carver, surprised. It wasn't like his usual cartoony, fictional, villain-esque cackle. It was actually real. But then I realized he wasn't the only one laughing. I was dragged out of my thoughts when Carver suddenly grabbed my shirt, drumming a simple strawberry down the front. Oi! Alright, ammunition. I wasn't going down that easily. It took much longer to bake the cake than planned. By the time we finally got the cake in the oven, the sun was setting. And it took a while to get cleaned up. Carver cut a piece to take home. Yeah, okay. I think that was the good choice. That seemed like a very adorable choice, I'll be honest. That seemed... Yeah, that was good. The day seemed to drag on. Normally, I had no trouble filling my time baking, serving customers, dealing with Radley, but for some reason I kept finding myself looking at the clock and out of the windows, impatient for the sun to start going down. Hey, Sugar Bun. I looked over, lifting my head from the counter. Been sighing an awful lot today. Everything alright? What? Oh, yeah. I looked over at the clock again, straightening when I saw what time it was. I walked over to the door, quickly flipping the sign to close before hurrying back to tidy up the kitchen. Finally, at a time I could justify closing at, I got a rag to wipe down the flour-stained countertop, humming to myself as I did so. But, Vanessa? Yeah? It's barely 6. I blinked, realizing after a moment that naturally Bradley couldn't read my mind. I hadn't told him about my date. Early in the morning, Carver had come to work out the details, and since bacon had gone so well the first time, well, as they say, if it wasn't burned, don't fix it, or something like that. The only difference would be to change the location. Knowing I had a bit of time left, I quickly started putting away the ingredients I used during the day, pushing a smattering of frosting tips to the side. Oh yeah, another early day today. I've got plans. Ugh, how embarrassing. I couldn't tell Radley I had a date with Carver of all people. I mean, I did talk with him a little about it, but talking and actually going through with it are two different things. Plans? Yeah, so you can head home now. Sure, you don't need me for anything else? I could stick around and help you clean up. I'd rather spare myself that embarrassment. No, all good here, you can go now. Are you sure? You look like you've got your hands... Radley, beat it. Okay, Sugar Bun. Adjusted his head, heading for the kitchen door. I'll see you tomorrow, then. I nodded, glad that I managed to get him out before Carver showed up. Fake or not, it would make the day even more awkward than it already would be. Though, last time hadn't been so bad. I finished cleaning up a bit, then ran upstairs to change since my shirt had a bunch of icing stains on it. Carver was probably used to that sort of thing, but I wanted to look like I was putting in some effort. Even if they were probably just going to get dirty baking all over again. Especially if today's anything like yesterday. I laughed to myself, but I was sincerely hoping it wouldn't be. I didn't want to clean up my kitchen again. When I came back down to the shop, I heard a knock and quickened my pace. He's early. I pulled open the door, smiling. You're early! Carver blinked, folding his arms across his chest. He was holding a whisk, and it made the gesture look awkward. I'm right on time. The clock must be fast. I frowned, looking over, and said, clock, mimicking his gesture. By 20 minutes. So I came a tiny bit early. Oh. Damn it. Damn it. He's getting to me, I'll be honest. He is getting to me. Like he is getting to Vanessa. Would you want me to leave and come back? His tone was petulant, and I laughed, opening the door wider so we could come inside. Just couldn't wait to see me, huh? Hardly. How could I pass up on an opportunity to get a peek at the undoubtedly pathetic hovel you call a kitchen? Hey, my kitchen's way better than yours, mister. Yours didn't even have a background. You just... Oh my god! Wow. I don't know why. The fourth wall breaking it was so sudden. I didn't even have time to like. Wow. His lips curled into that smirk of his, one that I had never seen the day before yesterday. In a universe where it's always opposite day, maybe. I hit his arm and he chuckled, catching my wrist when I moved to do it again. I swear I felt his thumb rub under the button of my palm, and I got caught up in wondering whether that was intentional or not. You know what they say about people who resort to violence? Oh yeah, and what's that? It's... Oh no. Fuck. Sorry, Sugar Bun, I forgot. Oh no. I cringed as the two of them stared at each other, neither looking happy. Hey Radley, you forget something? Did you get lost on your way back to Anthill, Radley? I think I should be asking you that. Didn't you get tired of trailing Vanessa during the day? You have to do it in your off time too. From the look on Radley's face, I could tell that this was a needed intervention. This needed intervention was going to end peacefully. Radley, we're kind of in the middle of something. The germaphobe looked at me, frowning. Then suddenly his mood seemed to shift. Right. Radley gave me a knowing smile and turned to walk out of the shop. Wait, Radley! I tugged on his sleeve, exasperated. What did you come back for? It doesn't matter. I'll take care of it tomorrow. I frowned, but he walked out, shutting the door behind him. I'm sorry about that. It was obvious that Radley's visit had soured the other's mood. I sighed, inwardly shifting my weight to one leg. Things were going so well too. I could practically taste the cake. Okay, this could still be salvaged. So, to the kitchen. I walked away for a second. I thought Carver wasn't going to come. A second later, though, he followed, a grumpy look on his face. So, why'd you bring that? I pointed to the whisk in his hand, and his brow furrowed harder than it already was. I have a routine. I'm already going to be baking out of another kitchen, and I want to have something familiar. I don't expect you to grasp that, though, considering your own hazard techniques. I let out a sigh, forcing myself to let the comic go. I had a goal. I was thinking we could make cupcakes. He scoffed. Why am I not surprised? Oh well, do you have a better idea? Whatever. This was the Carver I was used to. He looked irritated and uncomfortable, and he set the whisk down at the counter, a distinct frown on his lips. Come on, Radley, why would you do that? Now it's all ruined. No! Even though it was no different than usual, I found myself growing irritated. I started getting out the ingredients, a frown curling my lips. Behind me, Carver scoffed. You didn't prepare at all, did you? I should have known that even with pre-planning you'd prove incompetent in the end. I glared at him, slamming down the mixing bowl. Alright, that's it. I don't know what spat on your pastures, but you better get it sorted out. He didn't say anything for a long while, and I frowned, staring at him a second longer before continuing to get the ingredients we needed. It was quiet as I added flour and baking powder to the bowl, and he watched me, drumming his fingers against his arms. You're adding too much salt. I glared, mixing it a little harder. Ugh, it's no wonder nobody likes you. Oh no. My heart nearly stopped beating in my chest when I realized I said that out loud. At least I don't have to rely on my dead relative to keep my bakery afloat. I stared at Carver in shock, the bowl dropping from my hands. It slammed against the edge of the counter and slipped off, spilling flour, baking powder, and sugar on the ground at my feet. I barely noticed. Fuck. This ain't good. This ain't good at all. And as they say, words hurt more than violence, so I'm gonna slap him. Before I realized what was happening, my hand had connected with his cheek. Carver stared at me in shock, and I could feel myself breathing heavily, tears burning behind my eyes. Anger burned through me so hotly I thought it would burst into a flame. I didn't mean. It doesn't matter how good your stupid pastries are, your attitude ruins them. Might use my grandmother's recipes, but at least I'm not a joke. Oh, don't stop, Vanessa. You're everyone's favorite punchline, and that's all you'll ever be. Carver's eyes widened and I could feel my heart pounding, anger and hurt fueling my words. I didn't even know what I was saying anymore. What do you think the mayor chose me to be this year's pastry chef? Can't stand you, nobody can, and that includes me. I hate you. We stared at each other, my shoulders trembling, his nostrils flared, knuckles white from how tight he was clenching his fists. This was a mistake. I was stupid for thinking this ever could work. I watched him go, pressing my lips together as I felt heat run down my cheeks. I sniffled, pressing my palms against my eyes, trying to get a hold of myself. I couldn't believe he would say something like that. I couldn't believe I would say something like that. I let out a shuddering breath, looking around the kitchen. My eyes fell on the bowl that had dropped. I kneeled down, gingerly picking it off the ground. As I set it on the counter, I spied the whisk that Carver had brought with him. I wiped my eyes again, looking at the door. I didn't want to find him to go get it back. I didn't want to see him. My mind played the argument back in my head, and I swallowed as some of the anger suddenly started to fade. I heard a knock at the door, blinking, looked up. Wasn't sure how long I'd been standing there, lost in my head. My stomach tightened, and I felt once relieved and disappointed when I saw who it was. I'm sorry. I'm back. Oh, what do you want? I wasn't in the mood for this. I wasn't in the mood for anything. Carver said he left something over here. He sent me to retrieve it. Right, the whisk. Walked back, picked it up from the counter, staring down at it. It's just an ordinary cooking utensil, nothing fancy or special in the way. I shook my head, heading back to the shop to hand it over to Benjamin. Here. Thank you. For what it's worth, Vanessa, I'm sorry that your date didn't work out. I frowned, staring up at the shepherd. How did you know about it? Carver really seemed to be looking forward to it. Don't hurt me like this. Don't hurt me like this. Benjamin nodded his head at me, turning his head back to head outside. Stared after him, my breath slowing to a crawl. Bit my lip, the words I spat out without thinking floated in my head. Everyone's favorite punchline. Pressed a hand to my forehead, letting out a deep breath. I heard Carver start to apologize. I knew he didn't mean what he said. Pastry God help me, I didn't mean what I said either. Didn't even know I could be so spiteful. He just brought something out in me. And he'd been looking forward to this. And stupidly enough, I've been looking forward to it too. For the cake, right. Stared up at the ceiling, a sense of restlessness growing with every second I laid in the bed. The longer I remembered what happened, the worse I felt. I called him a joke. I said I'd hated him. He'd said awful things too, but I couldn't stop thinking about the look on his face. I couldn't stop thinking about the fact that started it all. It's no wonder nobody likes you. If I hadn't said that, I know that none of this would have happened. What did he have done to deserve it? Telling me I added too much salt? What's wrong with me? Tomorrow. I apologize tomorrow. It doesn't feel soon enough. That was the right thing to do. I kinda thought it was. But damn, that was dramatic. Holy fuck. I might just end the episode like early here because I'm kinda bummed out. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna end the episode here. It's a little early, but whatever. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.